Yo, what's good? I am headed to Germany. So I was invited to the Native Instruments headquarters in Berlin, Germany for an event called Creator Base. And it was centered around the 10th anniversary celebration of their flagship hardware, the Maschine, or Maschine, as the Europeans would pronounce it. Anyways, Creator Base was an opportunity for NI to connect with the YouTubers / content creators who have centered their music production with NI hardware or software. So this is a video recap of our time there and to showcase our experience of the Creator Base event. And wow, it was such an amazing experience.
Let's get to cracking.
So this is Mick Benjamins. He's a community manager for Native Instruments, and he's the guy that made all of this happen. So a huge shout out to Mick. Thank you, brother. And this is Steffi. She was basically like mom. She took care of anything we needed during our stay. So thanks, Mama Steffi. Anyway, me and Datsun, we arrived a day early, and you could tell by his face he was just as culture shocked as I was. Since we were a day early, we got the chance to tour Berlin a little. Side note, everyone bikes in Berlin. I mean, there were probably just as many bikes on the road as there were cars. That's probably a stretch, but you get what I'm saying. At this point, me and Datsun had been awake for over 24 hours, but we were just trying to stay awake to adjust to the 6-hour time change. We're walking through the streets of Berlin. I am on hour 37 of being awake. Getting kind of delusional.
What did you say?
I said you almost died. The car almost hit you. I promise. So when we finally got back to the hotel, the NI team had set up the studio in one of the rooms. So instead of sleeping, so the next day, that's when everyone else got there. All these YouTubers, content creators, Instagrammers, all 14 of us together in one place. Super dope to meet everyone. Pat Ryan out there watering the sink. It's crazy. It's like I've seen them so much on social media that I felt like I knew everyone already.
So you want to learn how to make coffee? See how it compares to, like, what is it, an espresso?
An espresso.
In the States, or the Keurigs. This is a Senseo. It's not that good.
So they put this up in this place called the Hooten Palace, and it basically was just like this crazy looking hotel / RV. I don't even know what to call it, but they set up a little studio for us, had our own little RVs, vans, or rooms. That was super cool. So later on that day, we took a tour of Berlin. This was Espen. Espen was our tour guide for the whole trip. He did an excellent job of explaining German history, and we got to see all these crazy different sites that I've only read about in magazines. This was the Holocaust Memorial. Super eerie, super crazy to walk through, but also very solemn and inspiring at the same time. Not only did we get to see all these cool places, they also fed us. So after the tour, we headed to Native Instruments headquarters, and it's crazy seeing yourself on a poster. But these offices were awesome. There were studios everywhere. They had this like collaborative general area where all the employees gathered. And this building was just huge. It was cool just to see how the products that we use come to fruition and all the hard work put behind the products that we use on a regular basis. So seeing these things was just, it was cool. We got to meet some of the product development team. They walked through their process, what was going through their mind when they came up with these products. And they also asked us for feedback on things that the future of the software. So then after a long day of touring and sightseeing, we headed back to Hooten Palace, and this happened.
You can twist the wall and everything.
Okay.
And then you can mute, you can add effects. And when you press it, it goes back.
So the cool thing is Native Instruments provided all the hardware. So all we had to do was bring our laptops, and each person had their own room and their own station where they had their MK3 and M32 to create on their own. We also collaborated a bit and listened to each other's music. Another dope thing that we got to do was we got to go record shopping. So there's this place called Oi right down the street from the Hooten Palace, and some of us ventured out, checked out some dope records from this record store, and I picked up a couple. I still haven't dug into them, but I will eventually. Then after that, we hopped right back onto the bus for another tour, and this time we were headed to Teufelsberg. This place was just, there's no words. So Teufelsberg was an old spy station used back during the war, and they set up this insane sound system and then a tour of the facility itself. But the artwork, that was the most amazing part of Teufelsberg, just seeing like, I don't even know. They just opened it up and allowed all these artists to come in and leave their marks on a part of history, part of German history. So after a tour of the facility, they set up this super dope sound system where people could hook up their own equipment and play. And man, the sound was incredible. Here's Sarah. Dope thing about this track that Sarah played is that she made this out of the record that she got from the record store earlier in the day. So that's dope. Here's Datsun. And then Shaka Zula. They set up the Orange Machine for us too, so we got to play around with that. And then the legendary Boris. I forgot to push record, so I didn't get Boris's performance. My bad. But then we went back to the Hooten Palace again, went back to one of the studio rooms, and myself, Sarah, and Datsun collaborated. Here's a little beat. Here it go.
No, she is.
Oh, she, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, bad. Sorry. I'm tripping.
Yes. Are we recording?
So the next day was the 10-year party. So before we did all that, a bunch of us went out on the town. We had a little free time to ourselves, checked out the market, did a little sightseeing of our own, did some shopping, clowned around a little bit. I don't really know what I'm doing here, but you know. So then that evening, the 10 years of Maschine party. It's a huge celebration with the entire company. It was super dope. Live performances, drinks, food, everything. It was truly an honor to be there and a privilege for all of us, for sure. I can't express to you guys how amazing of an opportunity it was to be able to travel to a foreign country and experience that culture with people from all over the world who we just happen to connect through music, and seeing them in person as compared to Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, and be able to create with them, eat with them, drink what the locals drank, experience that culture, or just completely immerse ourselves into everything German was truly just a once in a lifetime experience. And I know we all kind of felt the same way. And it was great to be able to sit in the same room with all the people that we watched on these social media platforms and create music. Man, it was super dope. But I couldn't leave without creating something with that orange machine and those black keys. So I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Thanks for watching.